everyone, welcome back to our channel. We are the Bookish Titans. My name is Shaima.
And I'm Aish.
And for today's video, we're doing underhyped books. But before we start the video, we have a small announcement to make.
So I'm sure you've all heard of the release of Ranya's new book, that is Stardust. So we are giving away a signed copy of this book in collaboration with Pop Le Brise.
So to win this copy, we will leave a link in the description down below. You will find everything you need to do in order to win this copy. Obviously, you have to be subscribed to our channels, but there's extra entries. So check the description box and you will find the link, and we will share it on our pages on Facebook.
Side note, we both read this book. We read it in a couple of hours, less than that. And personally, I really enjoyed it. I even teared up while reading one of the poems. I wasn't waiting for that to happen, but in all seriousness, this was good.
I really liked the book. It's really different kind of... I've read some poetry books, but this is kind of different. I love the sketches. Some poems are really straight to the heart. So again, congratulations to Rania and to Pop Le Brise for this new baby. And if you
the
guys...
cover is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, would you look at that?
If you guys read it, tell us what you thought about it in the comments down below. And without further ado, we can start with the topic of this video.
Yep. In this video, we're going to mention some of the books that we think are underhyped.
Yep.
By underhyped, we mean that books we read and we found them so good, but at the same time, they don't have like a popular fandom. Sometimes they don't have a fandom at all.
And sometimes people never actually heard of them.
Exactly.
But they're really good.
So the purpose of this video is just, I really want to share these books with everybody, and I want a lot of people to read them.
Side note, we're gonna talk about books from different genres, so like there's gonna be a variety of books in here.
The first book that I'm going to mention in here is The Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis. Now, if you've been watching some of our videos, then we'll be like, really? Underhyped? I don't think so. It's because we've been talking about it non-stop since we've read it.
But if you go on YouTube or like Tumblr, Twitter, whatever social media you use, people don't know about it. Like I've searched for reviews and I found like 3 or 4 max.
Exactly.
And when I talk to people about it, not many know about it. And it's extremely important for people to read.
Yeah. I always tell people to read this book. So when they ask me what it is about, I always find it super hard to explain this book because I really don't know what the plot... Well, I know what the plot is, but I feel like anything I'm going to say is going to be spoiled for you. Besides...
I feel you. أنا أنت بالحق متعرف دي ما نقولهم معناتها المين parts اللي بالحق you discover them from the first 3 pages معناتها. I'm not spoiling anything. I'm telling you what happens on the first 4 pages and you can go on from there. معناتها whatever I tell you, some people might think it's like big spoiler or anything, but it's not. خاطر اللي جاي بعد it's really
أمشي.
شو اسمها هي؟
Alex.
So the book is about Alex. Actually, Alex had a sister before, and she was raped and killed, and actually cut through pieces. And they found her in forest, I think. And from the first few pages, you discover that she's a killer. She actually went to seek revenge for her sister, and she does not know how to communicate with others. She does not understand communication between people like normal teenagers. And the book shows you
she has like anger management issues.
Yeah, a lot of anger management issues. She does not talk to people. She does not have friends.
So what I focus on while talking about this book are actually the themes that have been tackled in this book. So we have the first thing that is anger management issues. We have also the rape culture, and I didn't hear that many books that talk about rape culture. There's also slut shaming. Yeah, there's also animal abuse.
One of the things that I really liked about this book, and that made it really different from others that talk about rape or rape culture, is that they show you that actually rape culture is not the fault of men only. Women have a big contribution in rape culture, and actually we don't pay that much attention to that. And in this book, it kind of shows you how women contribute to that. Okay, next book is in the same theme. It's What We Saw by Erin Hutzler. That's the name. Yeah, and it's about... I forgot.
So in general, it's about rape, but not like the usual kind of rape. Like... I don't know, it's gonna be it's about rape and consent in general. If a girl is drunk or unconscious, some people say that's not really that's kind of her fault. So it's
Yeah.
about basically victimizing, not victimizing,
Blaming the
victim, victimizing the blame. This book, I liked it so much because it took the whole like idea of rape culture, but from a different perspective. It basically consists on the idea of consent. What does it mean? Also.
It also shows that if you stay silent, you're actually contributing to the whole rape thing. So like if you want to stay neutral, that's not good. That's actually you're not doing a good thing. You're being part of the rape scheme.
Next book I want to talk about is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. It falls into the genre of children's and middle grade books, but I learned a great deal from reading it. So basically, August was born physically handicapped. He had this kind of genetic condition that happens like in 1 in a million, something like this.
Yeah, and the description is just
Yeah, so basically there's this quote. It's pretty popular. It says, "I won't describe what I look like. Whatever you're thinking, it's probably worse."
Next books it's a series called Forbidden Man by Linda Cage. This series, oh God bless. So the series consists of 9 books. الفازة اللي كما أنا and the French Kiss genre الكوبل أنا وصحابها that I forgot the name of.
Saint-Étienne.
هذاك هو. You will find them in the second book. دونك الكتاب الاولاني الكوب الاولاني باش تلقاهم في الكتب التسعه والكوب الثاني باش تلقاه ديجا حتى في الكتاب الثاني باش تبدا تشوف الكوب الثالث يبدا يحضر عرفت تشوف فيه هو يطيب.
A bunch of friends and a bunch of like
and they're all getting together.
Yeah.
It's
so basically like the males of this series work in the same bar or nightclub or whatever, and some of them are friends, and then there's other like member of the same family, and it's just so good. There's a lot of sexy time, the good kind of sexy time.
And they're so good with each other. ما انت حتى الغلاسة ما بين الولاد وحدهم والغلاسة ما بين البنات وحدهم.
The bromance,
أي
the fucking bromance in this series is just so much for my little heart. Seriously. I want to talk about something else. The problem that I usually find in new adult books is the relationships are so toxic. They're so toxic, so unhealthy, and I just hate it when it happens, like in new adult and young adult, because it gives such a wrong ideas for young girls to read about them, because then in real life they were search for guys like that.
That's what
to me.
happens.
I know. This is so much different. The relationships are so good and so healthy. The males, they take their time. ذكرتني. They take their time, and not only that, but they solve their problems in a very good way. Like
they're
they
mature.
communicate. Yeah, they're
والفازة اللي الكتاب الثامن والتاسع جون هما الأخوات متاع ان كاركتير من البويز الكل فهمت واخوات اصغر منه معناها احنا كنا نقراو الكتاب الثامن الاخرين سي بون صغارهم كبروا وانا الفرشه
when we read the first book, the characters from the 8th and 9th book were still kids. We're still in middle school and
مازالوا بيبي سيتيو فيهم وكيو فيهم
and now
كبروا ولا رجالوا بس صغار عرفت كبروا.
The next book I want to talk about is But I Love Him, and I totally forgot the name of the author. This book, it is really so much underhyped. It talks about domestic abuse, but it took it from a very different perspective and in a very different and unique way. So basically the book takes place from the end to the beginning. So like we have at the beginning the end of the relationship, we have the couple that are fighting and the girl is being beaten up. Okay, so the thing is, we always kind of blame the woman when stuff like this happen, because we say that, well, she should have just take her stuff and leave him from the first moment that he does something violent to her. I used to say this myself before I read Colleen Hoover's book, but in this book, you really see that it's not that black and white. You really can't pinpoint the moment when you figure it out that he's a violent guy. At the beginning, we have the girl and we see how much she's suffering. We see that she basically became a shell. And throughout the whole time I was saying, okay, it's about it. She should have get her stuff and just leave the house. And I really hated the guy. And I thought that he's such an asshole. And then when we start getting to the beginning, it's not that I don't think about him like that anymore, but I started sympathizing toward him. But at the same time, I discovered that it can happen to me, it can happen to you, it can happen to everybody, because the way she described him at the beginning, he was like the charming dude. ليلى والله برسني
يخوف
والله
الحاجة هذوما.
يخوف على الاخر.
على الاخر.
وصلت البداية متاع الغلاسون تاعهم هما was like shut up, this can happen to everybody. عرفت؟ I'm done speaking right now.
The next book is Attachments by Rimba Rowell. Okay. And I haven't read it yet. I only read Lena and Park, Kufan Girl. I know you don't like it. I just read Attachment. Yeah, go on.
طيب على شنو يحكي فما we have these two best friends و they work in a company or whatever. في الكومباني هذيا في like at the end of 1999 genre at that time نزلوا كي خرجوا like the whole معناها الإيدين نتاع الانترنت و emailing and stuff is super new. In every company عندنا this guy who surveys or controls everybody's conversation. Donc هو basically قاعد
فهمت الحكاية.
Donc we have these two best friends and they are talking via emails while working, and this guy, he has access to their emails and they use all these kind of bad words and they talk about non-appropriate stuff while working. Donc هو normalement لازم he red flags them ولا he makes some report about them, but he doesn't do that, and he kind of develops feelings toward one of the best friends. The thing is, I found it so cute. So the thing about this book, it is super cute and super funny, but at the same time, I found it kind of serious, and it took me forever to read it على خاطر I really related with the guy. Wallah, in so many deep levels out of I don't know, I think it was like for him an adult crisis. He didn't know what to do like with his future and everything was so foggy, and he's good at everything, but he doesn't have like this thing that he's super good at. ما عندوش حاجة سبيسيال. He just can't do everything. فهمت؟ Donc وقت أخذته يظهر لي عمت الباك وأنا عمت الباك I was like what am I gonna do with my life. So when I read the book افهم أنت الوضع عمت الباك متاعي وبرسمي ما عندي حتى فكرة معناها على هون بسون عملتها. But still هكا الكتاب مسني في بلاصة
كنا قرأته يمكن نتأزم.
والله ليلى بس متأزمت ترى أنا. هو supposed to be a cute book and it is a cute book. أما أنا ريت نص النقرة بارتي I feel the cringe deep down in my soul على خاطر I relate to him so much اللي لازمني نحط كتاب على الشيرة.
في فيديو باش نقراها ما امبوسيبل طبعا باش نقراها خاطر انا في الباك مش كيف في الباك سافا قلت ما واضحه اللي شوف فما برشا فهمت. ام بعد الباك دخلت الباك توا وين صدمت ما شنو باش نعمل بعديك.
لا انا اكزاكتومون سي سا هو لو فيت اللي عندي برشا شوا اما انا ما فماش حاجه سبيسيال تعيط لي تقول لي ها
هذاك فاش بهيت
فهمت. انا فاش بيه اي سي بون فهمتك. فيك عملنا.
So that's it guys for today's video. If you read any of the books we mentioned, tell us what you thought about them and if you like them or not. Don't forget about the giveaway thingy, you will find it in the description down below.
And side note, again, disclaimer kinda. I know that some of these books are not that underhyped because généralement كنت فرش فيديو يحكي على underhyped books, genre كنت تمشي on Goodreads تلقاهم عندهم like 30 reviews only. But these kind of books, some of them are kinda well known. اما احنا we believe that they need more attention and more love, so yeah.
So that's it guys for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time on another video. Goodbye.
Bye.
هيا هذا طائر خرج من قلبي قلت لك راح نفس سباجيتي والله. It was a roller coaster of emotions. It was a roller coaster of emotions. I nailed it. وفيك عملنا